Hello, Facebook Live. How are you today? Melanie Ann Layer coming to you here live on my business page. If this is the first time that you have ever caught me live ever, I would love to know that you're a first-time viewer. If you tend to watch me quite a lot, then you can say hello. I probably will recognize you. And if you're watching the replay, you can hashtag Unity, and then I'll see that you are on here later than the live version. I'm really proud and grateful to be live with you today. I know that the world's going through a lot, but I am so grateful for the community that surrounds me, and I'm so grateful because everyone that's joining this live stream right now, first off, are human beings who've decided to be a part of this conversation. A few days ago, I went live on my personal profile and just invited people to stay connected so that I could share what we're doing as part of my business and a lot of the other entrepreneurs that in my circle, how we're coming together to really make a difference. And the response has actually been so powerful. And it makes me extremely proud to be an entrepreneur with you. So I want to thank you first and foremost, all of you that are showing up here today. It is an honor. It is a privilege to know you. Thank you for being in my world. Thank you for joining this conversation, wanting to be a part of it. I'm actually going to take a second to just say hello to who I'm seeing. Emily, Ashley, Julie, Jen, Helena. Hello, Yolanda, Stephanie, Lynn, Lauren, Claude Z. Hello. Barbara, Natalie, Rebecca, Olga, Aurelia. Hello. Carlene, Stephanie, Shirley, Josette, Dawn. This is incredible. Patsy, so happy to see you. So the first thing, so important, this live stream, if we're going to make the difference with the most ease and flow as possible, we've got to share it. So if you want to share this live stream, I suggest as a title, like to not just share it, but to rather explain as a title to it why you're sharing it. So if you share it and after the live stream, you can go and edit the title and say, you know, this is a fantastic conversation if blah, 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 or I have been watching this live stream because, or make sure you explain why you're watching it so people that do listen to it know and have a context of what they're listening to. Hello to everyone who's joining on new too. Thank you for being here. And let me know when you do share so I know who's shared. It always feels good to know that we're moving this video all over the place. So first and foremost, I'm taking a stand right now for the entrepreneurs, the online entrepreneurs, the coaches, the network marketers, the human beings that really are using the internet right now as a connection platform to run their businesses or to grow their impact and influence. So this is not just about business, and this is not just about being a human in the world. It's about how those things all come together and how we're able to do so much more together. So before I begin, I want to start by saying that this is a very difficult time for a lot of people on the planet right now. And everyone is dealing with what's happening in so many different ways. A human experience on its own without a crisis is difficult to navigate. There's so many feelings and so many fears, and there's opinions and projections and thoughts and guilt and shame, and there's the amount of emotions we go through on a daily basis, even without a crisis, are so intense that when you add a crisis on top of it, it is inevitable that there's going to be even more feelings, even more stress, even more whatever there is, there's just going to be more of it. And in deciding to do something like this and taking a stand to help people in the world, there's all kinds of stuff that happens. For the entrepreneurs that are watching, there's so many different experiences you may have had of this. The first thing, what does it mean when Facebook asks to send 200 stars? I have no idea. I've never heard of that before. Maybe a new business page feature. Thank you for being here, Theo. Thank you for being here, Steph. Thank you for being here. All of you that are here right now, it is such an honor to have you on here. It's so, so, so great to be speaking with you today. And again, if you share this, what's going to be so great is that the people that really just need to know what's out there will have an opportunity to find this live stream. So even if you may not feel aligned with the donation part, you do your part sharing this. You do your part connecting people, even if it's just tagging people in the comments or sending this live to people who you think would do well with watching it, and just be like, if you want this information. So my intention for this live, first and foremost, is to give an opportunity to the people who really want to do something in the world, to be able to do something and make a bigger impact together. I think it is sometimes difficult as an entrepreneur to know where to put all your energy, where to put all your focus, what to talk about, what not to talk about, because there is so much energy around everything and everyone has an opinion about everything. So I know that there are people who do a lot of good things in the world and don't feel comfortable sharing because they don't want to look like the beautiful things they've done in the world are then they're trying to like show, like, look at me, I did this great thing today, so look at me, so they're afraid to show they've done a good thing, so they don't tell anybody. Then there's also the people who do good things and they're so proud and they're like, I'm talking about all the beautiful things I'm doing. And then they receive a whole bunch of like, you're just trying to show off, or you're just trying to show this. And there's the people who don't do anything and don't talk about it. And then there's the people who, do all the things and are very public in the physical world, but not on the online world. So when we're passing judgment on any online entrepreneur, it's really important to know that we don't know the full picture. And being a coach for a lot of women in the world right now, I've felt all kinds of different energies from them. Some people saying, I'm terrified because, if I share this, I'm afraid people are going to say that we're only doing this for this, or I don't want to tell people because what if this, or what if this? And it's difficult to find our own aligned truth when there's so much judgment in the air. But the judgment also comes from a wound. The judgment also comes from a fear. The judgment also comes from a pain. So if you're an entrepreneur and you've been receiving messages from people that are upset or unhappy or judgmental of how you've responded to whatever it is that you've responded to, or your lack of response, you got to also remember that they're going through a lot of difficult times right now. That sometimes it's a feeling from people who have been in situations in their lives where a person they consider a person of power didn't show up and didn't help them when they needed help. And watching you, a person they consider to be a person of power, not show up in this certain thing is bringing back a trauma response on their end. Like, I want to see the leaders that I believe in stand for what's right and what's wrong. And I need that because it makes me feel safe based on what I've gone through. And then you may have a person who is sending you a message because you are demonstrating what you're doing, and that's not happy because for them it feels like bragging, or it feels like not genuine based on any past pain, trauma triggers they've had in the past. So none of it is actually 100% based in fact. And I know it can be very confusing for entrepreneurs to know, like, what am I supposed to do? Because no matter what I do, it's not right. That's not the truth. The truth is, no matter what you do, it won't be right for everyone. And that's such a different conversation. This is why we really have to tap into ourselves to say, what's the truth for me? Like, what do I feel is right for me? And what do I want to do about this? And how do I want to give back to the world? And what do I want to do? Like, what is it that I am here for? Do I feel aligned to help here? Do I not? Am I responding to this from a place of, if I don't do something, I'm going to be judged, and the only reason I'm doing this is to not be judged? Is it like I am coming to this from a really just a mentality of I have to or I should? Because there's a different frequency to our help and our support. And this is why the name of this is Unity. Things done from a place of love are done differently. Because my intention for this is very simple. It's to give the people who really feel on the inside they want to do something a very simple, powerful way to make a difference. And no matter what you do in alignment with this movement, it's fantastic. Whether you just share the graphics that you were sent by email that are like, this is what's happening, and that your donation to this is your network. That you're saying, look, I've shared this to my network. Thank you, Camelia, for sharing. Thank you, Claire, for sharing. So if your contribution to this is sharing, that's fantastic. Because awareness does go a long way. It does. If your contribution to this is just connecting it with a few select people that you feel have a big influential platform that might be interested in this, so be it. If for you it is a financial donation, like I don't really feel like it's the right timing for me based on my company, the way I utilize my page to be posting this, it's not the right timing. But financially, I'm well off. I feel like I want to do this. I could give a big contribution. You do that. If it feels like this is a big stretch for me, but I want to give a contribution, no matter how much I make, no matter how much I have, this is what I can give, then you do that. It isn't about what you should or shouldn't do. It's about what feels aligned to do from your heart. Because if the things that we do come from a place of love, they're done differently. It's not about what we do in life. It's about who we are when we do them. So for me, I stand for entrepreneurs having a really collective mission of wanting to change the world, which is what I hear every day of my life. So women come to me saying that a big reason they're doing the work they're doing in this world is because they wanted to change the world. This is why we do this. Like, I want to change the world. And I see women do this every day. I see men and women do this every day for themselves, for their family. It's an opportunity to give back to the world, but it isn't easy. Just putting all this together has taken my team, my business, so many hours. We actually stopped all other movement, all other engagement on every other thing, apart from navigating the things that were already happening in our business, to just focusing on this and really taking care of this. So my social media, everything for the last few days has been all about this. And that felt really aligned for me to do. And because I know that we need something for us as entrepreneurs in a place for it to be easy, simple, meaningful, impactful, all the things we stand for. And I wanted to build that. I know that there's other people doing incredible work as well. They will also be found. And together, the people who have the energy, the time, the resources, then they will do that. And the people who can't do that right now, well, what can they do? Without being guilted or shamed, more so being supported. So what I'm bringing forward is support for Ukraine, 100%. It's also support for the entrepreneurs who want to support Ukraine and don't necessarily have the bandwidth yet to stop everything to do this. Because you still have teams to pay, even though the world needs assistance. Because you still have things to do, even though the world needs assistance. Your business can't stop. You still have a family to feed. And at the same time, how are we supposed to help, really, if we don't have anything to help with? So this is an opportunity to give back however we can. So my first thing is sharing this live stream. While I'm speaking, sharing this live stream, really helping people find this, because I think that anyone who's been considering helping but felt too overwhelmed and not knowing where to start, or even someone who's been feeling like they don't know how to share because they feel like no matter what they do, it's not enough, or they're afraid to share. This conversation also holds a lot of that, which I think is very helpful for entrepreneurs all over the world that are not quite sure what to do right now. So here's what we have done. What I find important and why I wanted this to be streamlined properly is I wanted to create something where we could come together as entrepreneurs and take a stance for this in a beautiful way from a place of love. And I also wanted it to be something where you can give however you desire, right? So we've been collecting some really incredible resources on which charities to be giving to, which fundraisers to be giving to, really doing our research on the ones that were sent to us and vetting them as best as we can. I'm going to be sharing those with you through email after this is done, so that you can go find those. And if you have any that you would like to add, you're welcome to add them. But my team basically goes through all of them and we pick the ones that seem to be the most, like, I would donate to these, right? But the other part is we have actually created a fundraiser directly with the Red Cross, and it's called the Ukrainian Humanitarian Crisis Appeal. And all over the world, people can donate to this fund. And Alpha Femme has created a fund in the name of Unity. So Unity for Ukraine is the name of the fund. And if my Alpha team is here and you want to put the link directly to this, you can put that, and I'll pin it if I can. Now, why I created this fund for us as well, so that we could track it. And what I've decided to do for me is I've already put $100,000 from Alpha Femme inside of this fund. So we're already starting at 100,000. And I'm also going to be matching all donations in that fund up to $1 million. So I'm really, this one is exciting for me because it's easier for me to track. And I can see immediately when someone is giving, and we can really build from a really powerful place. Thank you, Alpha team. Thank you, Theo. Let me see if I can pin. So I've pinned this one here. So we already have my donation of 100,000 that's in there. And if you have made a donation already, I know I've just put it in, but while I'm live, if you give a donation, you want to post in the comments that you have. I think it's going to also be inspiring for anyone who wants to donate to see that, it's safe to do that. Now, any person who donates, I will be matching that amount. But also, you won't really be able to see, people won't be able to see, oh, this person donated this much. So it's already at 120K. That means we've raised an extra 20K since I've been talking. That's pretty next level. So thank you. This is incredible. Okay. So I put in 100K. The 20K is not me. That's other people from here. So thank you already. This is kind of spectacular. So Stephanie donated $10,000. That is incredible. That is incredible. Wow. So this is like, this is really amazing. So if there's 120,000, that means that I also add another 20,000. So it would be at 140,000 already inside of this fund. I really believe that we are able to raise $1 million for this. I really do. I think that the network that I have could easily do that. I'm setting that as an intention. There's no pressure. The idea is just that the more people who are involved in this, the easier it is to raise that amount. You might think to yourself, it doesn't really make a difference if I only give $5. The thing is, it does. Because your $5 becomes $10. And if 5 people think that, well, those $5 become $50 in a heartbeat. And there's already 170,000 people live on this live stream. So if 170 people gave $5 and I matched it, we'd already be doing so much better. So I think sometimes we think, yeah, but I don't want to look cheap. I don't want to give just a little bit. Just give what you've got. Like if it's just like the price of a coffee that you give, I'll match it. Together, it'll be more. So it's just a feeling of like, what feels good to me? There's no pressure. There's no guilt or anything like that. No one's going to know. It's your choice to do or not do. It's not about anybody else. No one can tell you what to do with your money. This is your choice. This is you. But if it feels good, this is really a place where every dollar you put gets doubled, and we're making a really beautiful contribution. Now, I want to say that I support other funds, not just the Alpha Femme one. So we created one that I could track and I could donate to and double. This is what I wanted. I wanted to be able to do that. But I've also come together with a lot of the women in my network who have sent me other charities that they find are really great. And we vetted them as a team, and we have a small list for you as well of other places. Now, I don't match the other ones, but we will still celebrate, and they will still be considered part of this movement with us. So it's not like unless you give through the Alpha Femme fund that I've created that it doesn't count. It still counts. So we're actually going to be creating a post on this group or on this business page when I'm done. And on this business page, there's going to be a post that basically offers you an opportunity to say, if you have donated and you want to help us kind of see where we've come outside of the fund, because the fund is easy to track, but if you gave to another foundation outside and you still want to say, like, I'm part of this movement, this Unity for Ukraine movement, and although I didn't give through the Ukraine humanitarian crisis appeal with Melanie Ann Lair with Unity for Ukraine, although that's not how I gave to this one. I gave to this one, and you get to still share with us what it is, and we'll continue to track. Thank you so much, Adria. Thank you. So the idea of this is to create just a togetherness. Thank you, Christina. $20 means $40, And not just that, there's a feeling about a togetherness that's like, what do you have to give? I think so often in life we just get judged on whatever we do, it's not enough, or, oh, I should give more, or, but the fact is you give because you can. Not because you should, not because you're bad if you don't, and you don't give the most you can because or else you're bad. You give because you can. You give because it's our world. And it's my pleasure. 42 shares. Wow. Thank you for telling me, Theo. And thank you, Lisa, for donating. Thank you, Shilamita. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you. Every bit counts. Every bit counts. And especially what's fun with this fund and what makes me grateful and happy is that I get to match it. Sarah, this is amazing. So I'm going to invite you when we're done here if you want to see the post, if you've already donated somewhere else and you want to like join energy, because this is really just like an energetic movement, really, of people who give because they can. No guilt, no shame, no savior complex, no coming in to save the day, no wearing a badge of honor because I gave. That's not what this is about. This is really just like, what can we do for our world? I think the internet, it was built for so many beautiful reasons, and it has its downsides. But one of its beautiful sides is that we get to come together from all over the world and give to our world. Thank you so much, Don. Thank you, Darcy. Thank you. Thank you. This is so incredible. Sarah, thank you. So as we come together because we can, we're changing the world in the way it is, because giving a certain amount that you're able to give because you can doesn't take anything away from you. In the past, the only way we really could give is like, you've got to go. You know, it was hard to give without just going. Thank you, Tracy, and thank you. Donating after is also perfect. Before, it was like, if a country was to receive help, it was about people going and maybe even putting their life on the line to help. It has never been easier than it is now to help. Never. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for donating. This is the difference between life now and life then, is that we can have more of a global impact by coming together. And it doesn't even have to be the kind of thing that you do in the name of sacrifice or in the name of pain or in the name of, like, you get to say, here's my contribution and to give. But there's something that I want to share with you as we're going through this, because I think it's very important. The world, thank you so much, Amy, thank you so much. The world is going through a lot of emotions right now. And for a lot of us, there's a lot of unprocessed feelings about what's happening in the world. And it is sometimes that even just giving is kind of a trigger or trauma response of like, I don't want to look like a bad guy, so I'm going to give because I should. I'm going to give because I don't want to be judged. I'm going to give more than everybody else so that I don't get judged. And that's the thing we need to like work on as a world. Because the energy that the help comes in changes the energy of the help. Joanne says, I donated $50 from my coaching business. This is so amazing. So you're going to notice when you open the fund. Thank you, Melissa. This is incredible. And I saw other people as well. Silke, thank you so much. Caitlin donated on the behalf of her company. Kate Visser LLC, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Linda. This is so incredible. So having a business, you're going to see that on the page, you have the choice to give as a person, as an individual, or to give as a business. Your business can give back to this. And it's such an incredible thing to do that, to come together as a business and to say, look, my business creates money for me. Thank you so much, Heidi. And if you donated 25, that means 50 because I match, right? Thank you so much. 52 shares. That's so incredible. And you also donated somewhere else, Joanna. That's fantastic. Donated, it was filled with love and gratitude. That's amazing, Sarah. Thank you. So we don't want to be coming in here and being like, we're the ones that are coming in to save people. That's not the thing. But having a business without boundaries, having a business without borders, means that you're receiving money from all over the world. Who here has clients who actually pay them from countries outside of their own? Like, I received money from Russia. I received money from Ukraine. I received money from Belarus. I received money from Paris and from France, from England. I receive money from Dubai and from everywhere. There's people all over the world that interact with the Alpha Femme brand and purchase the programs. So if my business doesn't have borders, that means that the receiving I receive is from all over the world. For us online entrepreneurs, us online influencers, this world is our world. There are no borders in our business. There are no borders in our business, so then there are no borders in our support and in our help. And I think this truly is the greatest realization of all, is if we're able to build businesses without borders, then may we give without borders. It's often people will say, if hard things are going on in my country, shouldn't I give to my country before I give somewhere else? Hard things are happening right next door. Shouldn't we give here before we give there? All of this is irrelevant. There's something happening in our world. And Our businesses have no borders. And so it's our world. And if we can, and we want to give from a place of love and support and togetherness, then this is the most perfect thing to do. And it's not a question of where you give. It just happens. Sorry, I was getting a phone call. It's just a question of where it feels aligned to give. And for me, it's easier to track and to match in a fund that I can see exactly where it is. So that's why I joined hand in hand with the Red Cross for this, because it's a lot easier to navigate as a business, to have one place where everything is there. So when you're donating through the link you're seeing here, you're donating, it's called, they already had this before I showed up. It's called the Ukraine Humanitarian Crisis Appeal. And you could donate directly to that as well if you want. But if you donate through this link, it goes in one that I can see, and that's where I'm matching. So it's like we're coming together. And if you know me and you know my brand, it's all about for me, for you, for us. What can I do? What can we do? And what can we do for the world? So this feels so in alignment with how I see what we're doing. Wow, thank you so much. $75. It's $150 with the both of us together. That's incredible. Thank you. Like, this is how we see, like, together we can do more. You give $5, it'll turn into 10. So often we think the little things aren't enough. The little things make more of a difference than the big things sometimes. We've got to be willing to go. And like Stephanie gave on behalf of her company, Stephanie Ann Hewson, at $10,000. But these are the women also that I celebrate publicly for their success online. Like, I have clients that have incredible businesses and they do such incredible things, and they succeed so wildly. But then how proud am I to see that same woman that I'm just celebrating for an incredible business milestone also being the one that's the first person to be like, I'm in and I'm here for this, you know? It's like, why? There's no need to stop the businesses, and there's no need to stop promoting if we're doing what we've got to do. And I know that for a lot of people, it's difficult to do both at the same time. It's difficult to focus. Thank you all for donating. This is absolutely incredible. It's difficult sometimes to run a business with the pressure of not knowing what to do. It's difficult, but it doesn't help the world that we stop doing what we do. It's also important. Wow, thank you so much, Adriana. Thank you so much. This is where in our world, if we think about it, our opportunity to do all is available. My business and a lot of the entrepreneurs that I encounter on a daily basis, their work in itself is a donation. There are so many different ways to make money today. You can make money doing good things and not so good things. You can make money helping people and having a business that's literally built on helping people. You can have a business that's built on other kinds of things. A lot of the entrepreneurs, thank you, Diane, thank you so much. A lot of the entrepreneurs that I speak to and I work with on a daily basis, their business itself is a donation to the world. They give their heart and soul. They're constantly giving free love and content and connection, like always, always, always. So the idea is that, and I'm seeing someone saying the only thing that's stopping me is like a GoFundMe. This is not through GoFundMe. This one is directly through the Red Cross. And I wanted to make sure that this was very clear as well when it was going to come through Alpha Femme. Like, ours goes directly from the Red Cross. So when you click on the link, and it's just, it's pinned at the bottom here, but I'll also put it in the title of this live. When you click on that, you're going to the Red Cross website for the fund that they already created called the Ukraine Humanitarian Crisis Appeal, and then a special portal built by myself and the Alpha Femme team where you'll be able to see where we're at with our fund. I put the first 100,000 in, and then I'll match everything up until an extra million. So I would put in 110 million total if we're able to get to that, which would be absolutely incredible. Thank you so much, Claudia. That is incredible. So any amount that you put just gets us closer. It doesn't matter. And it's not about what's enough and what's not enough. Like, even if you're watching these numbers of like 50, 75, 20, and it feels like, oh gosh, I can't do that. Give $4, give $3, give $7. It doesn't matter. If it feels like that's what you can, that's more than enough. And I think we just tend to judge ourselves that what we do is not enough, and it is enough. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate that so much. And I want to say, like, if you are able to make a larger contribution to this, and you're like, I could give a 5-figure contribution to this, I am putting something together for the people who feel like they're able to do something like that. And there's also an opportunity for those who give over $1,000. There's going to be another thing that I'm putting together for that. So if you want to give a bigger amount, what we're doing though is for everyone who gives over $111, and this can be based on what you've already given, you just add and top it up, or if you haven't donated yet, you get to do this. But I want to also acknowledge the fact that you have your life, you have your family, you have your kids to feed, you've got your employees to pay. Like, it's not always easy to just give unexpectedly like this. It's not. So I really want to say thank you. Thank you for going and making the world part of your life, whatever's going on in the world. So Lisa, this is fantastic. I'm going to message you right after. You're incredible. I'm so happy. What I'm also going to do is there's going to be an event that I'm going to host, a training, a free life coaching training for anyone who donates $111 or more. So if you give more than $111, you will be put into a training with me that will be absolutely free, but 100% of what you're giving is going towards this fund. And then I match it, and then on top of that. So your 111 turns into 222, plus you get access to a special training that I'm creating specially for this. I want to make it so easy for people to just feel like it's okay to give, but not from a place of guilt, not from a place of shame, not from a place of needing to wear it like a badge that you did something good. Like, let's find it in our body, even before you give your donation, or if you've already given your donation, like as you're doing it, for me, for you, for us. Like, this is good for the world. And we don't know why the internet was built. Like, how is it that we've been able to create a platform, or a platform was created that connected us from all over the world? How is that? How is it that that happened? Like, why? Why did this happen? So that we could really connect from all over the place and talk to each other when we need it and create things that serve the world. That's what I really believe. Through our businesses, so it's good for us, for helping people and having businesses where people can go all over the place, and then for the world, for moments like this where we can actually come together. Timeline for the 111, for those of us doing trickle donations, there will be no timeline. As long as it's through this fund, and you keep your, just screenshot it, it's not a problem. Just keep them. There will be no timeline. You'll get access to that training whenever that happens. How do I donate, please? The link is pinned. I don't know if you can see, there's a pinned link. The Alpha Fem team posted at the bottom, http://www.redcross.ch/Ukraine crisis/unity for Ukraine. That link is the donation link. And for all of you who are on the email list that I have, and I'll also post that on my business page so you can find it. If you are on that email list, I will send it to you through email, and I will also send you the list of the other organizations that we're connected with as well. Okay. So what I'm asking is, if you're not connected to me yet, Melanie Ann Layer, this business page is where I'm going to be interacting about this, or on my Instagram, my personal Instagram, Melanie Ann Layer. So that's where you'll stay in touch. We will also be posting links for you to be able to get on that email list, so that if any new developments come up, that you can stay in touch and that you can know. We'll keep you in the loop of where we are with these donations and how we're able to come forward to help. My desire is that this is done in an energy of love and support and respect, because these human beings, they don't need our help because they're not capable. They need our help because something is happening to the entire world, and they're the ones that are receiving that right now. And as a world, we get to come together because we can. No guilt, no shame. Thank you so much, Bells. That means 222 together. This is so good. I can't get past the phone number field of the UK number. Okay, my team will reach out to you. We'll figure it out. We'll help you out. Okay. Is there any way I can donate in other people's names so they too can get the training with you? I want to donate 333 for 3 people. Yeah, of course. Yeah, if you want to do it like that, just send us the name of the 2 other people. Show us the 333. We'll add the 2 other people. It will be my absolute pleasure to do that. We don't even need to donate with 3 names. Just you do it and message us the 2 other people. There's also going to be a thread for people who are helping people on the ground floor, because there are people that are messaging us right now that are actually with their own vehicles going and helping people will be, I would like everyone to be able to connect for that. So we'll create a thread on the business page so anyone who has any connections like that can also connect. Please be safe. You know, I'm putting this together to make a hub. Thank you so much, Lena. This is incredible. So I'm putting this together so that there can be a hub where people can find the information, but it doesn't go anywhere if we don't share it. And I know that you have so much to do in your businesses and your life, and it's a lot, but if someone that needed this, oh my gosh, Cassie, wow. So Cassie Howard also just donated $10,000. This is quite spectacular. So with me, that's 20. So you, Stephanie, and I together, that's 40, another 40,000, plus all the amounts that have been from the beginning. Jay, this is incredible. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I am from Ukraine. I pray for peace. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. Sheridan topped up my donation to over 111 from my business. This is fantastic. This is incredible. And this is for me, for you, for us. This is for me, for you, for us. If you want to donate more than 1,000, just message me and we'll just explain to you what happens. And just to make sure it's in alignment for you to do that. And just message me and my team will help you as soon as we're done this live. My desire is that this is just done from love. And if you can work on it to come from that place, it's going to clean up so much energy on the planet. It's not about shaming people for how little or how much they do. It's just like, let's not create more animosity. There's pain, and no amount of money is going to fix that. There's pain, and no amount of, unfortunately right now, no amount of praying is going to fix that. But that doesn't mean we don't do it. We do it because we can. Not to try to fix it, not to try to diminish it, not just because we get to say we've done something about it. There is pain, and we can help because we can. There is pain, and we can pray because we can. And this is the energy that changes things. Shared and topped up with 111 more. Wow, Stephanie, thank you so much. Thank you. Jeanne, thank you. This is incredible. This for me is, if the world can come together like this and do good for one another and each other from this clean place, we really are going to do something extraordinary on the planet. It's just so important to not fight about fights. And at the same time, if someone does point out that maybe you haven't done enough to them, you can listen to that. You can hear that without hurting yourself with that. Take it, ask yourself, is this true? When I hear this, does it make me realize that I could be doing more? And then release it all, because the person who reached out to you is also going through their stuff. Fighting with each other about who's doing too much and not enough and what intentions and what, it's not going to help anything. I think at the end of the day, what we want is peace, love, and safety for the people of the world. I think what we want is for people to wake up in the morning, grateful to be alive, spend a day with memories and joy, and go to sleep expecting that tomorrow will come for everyone they love. Like, that is what we wish for all of the world. And when a part of the world lives in a way where that's not possible, and there's anything we can do because we can, then we can. No guilt, no shame, no pressure, no hurting each other, just bringing awareness. And I know that for a lot of us, it's like looking for the people to blame or looking for the people who aren't doing enough. But instead, if we just do more, the world will calibrate. It will. Share the graphics about this so people can listen to this live and do what they feel right to do for themselves. No guilting, no shaming, because honestly, a person who gives out of guilt and shame is not adding to the solution. We don't just guilt each other into doing good and make it good. That's not where the good comes from. The good comes from harnessing the good on the planet, from doing it from love and togetherness and unity for a better world from a place of love. Because when you do something from a place of love, you do it differently than if you do it from a place of ego, or for a place of proving something, or a place of fighting against something. It's not the same. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so, so much. And it's my pleasure to match the donations. This is the for me, for you, for us kind of thing. We do it together, we go further. And any amount you think is not enough, just consider, what if it was doubled? Would I feel the same if it was doubled? If what I gave was matched, would it still be not enough, or would it feel like more? If everything I give is doubled, then what? And this for me is really powerful, because when I gave through the Red Cross, my first donation that I gave, my $100,000 donation, I didn't realize the Red Cross was doubling at that time. So when I gave 100,000, the Red Cross doubled mine. And I thought, that is absolutely extraordinary. They doubled up to 10 million for Canada. And I thought, you know what? I want to do that for the people who donate as well. So the Red Cross already doubled my 100,000. We don't see that in the fund, but it came through during a moment like that. And it made me feel like I'd actually given 200,000. And it made a big difference for me. And I thought, you know what? We're going to do that for everyone else too. Donated 25, so that means 50 together. That's incredible. Just topped up to 111. So that's another 222. That's incredible. To receive graphics, do we need to register for our email? So if you want to register for the email, you'll be made aware of the lives. We're going to email you about that. We will email updates, but I'm going to be posting the graphics directly to the business page and also on my my Melanie Ann Layer Instagram. So if you want to do that. Those of you who are having issues getting past the phone number part, just make sure that you message us and we will help with all of that. Message my business page if you can, the business inbox, so we can keep things streamlined. You can also email. If you're having an issue, you can email. Also, if you wanted to give a 4-figure or 5-figure donation, you can email unity@alphafemme.com. What an incredible gift you are to us in the world as a leader, a heart, and a woman. My desire is that we just get to create so much beauty. Just beauty from love. There's so much going on in the world, and there are at this point so many funds, and there are governmental grants, and there are all kinds of things happening in the world. People are giving for all different kinds of reasons. So it's not like this is the only way to give. Like, you can give however you want, but in here, the frequency of this fundraiser is things done from love are done differently, to empower the people of Ukraine, not to help them because they need help in a, you know what I mean? Sometimes we reach out and we help people because we think they need help, but this is more than that. This is like, we're helping you because we're together in this. We're not trying to fix the pain we feel for you by sending money. We're sending the money and we feel it. We're not just sending prayers to then be allowed to go back to our regular lives. Like, we're sending prayers and we're with you. And I think that is a beautiful thing. There's a lot for the whole world to process right now. This is a lot. And if you're able to get support, you know, if this is really getting to you, talk about it. Get a therapist, get a coach, speak about it. Find places, support groups where people are speaking about these things, energy healing, all kinds of modalities that might help you, because it's not just about the giving and the saying, okay, I did something. There's also the processing of all the feelings that go for that. So please get support if you're feeling like this is really creating an energy inside of you. And for most it is. It's almost impossible not to feel this. So it's not just about what we can give, but it's also how we come together as a world and process what's happening. And what if we did the same thing with our clients, doubling our personal giving? That would be incredible. Like, I was looking the other day and I said, okay, if 10,000 people were to give 111, then that would be the $1 million right there. That would be it. I guess the hashtag could be Unity for Ukraine. That would be a good hashtag. But then if 1,000 people do $1,000, then it's done. If 100 people do $10,000, it's done. So what if one person impacts a small community to be able to donate 1,000 or 10,000 altogether? Then it always matters how much we give. And it doesn't need to be huge contributions. It really can be, you know, myself and my entire network together, we donated this much, like together, for me, for you, for us, for the world, like however it feels aligned. You get to use all of these links for yourself. Like, all the pages are separate from me. They have nothing to do with my business or anything like that. Any person who registers for the email list will never get communicated to. For business things, this is only for this. So, you know, you can feel free to use this link for people to donate everywhere. You can share the donation link in your Instagram stories, on your Facebook. Like, anybody, whether it's someone I know directly or not, that gives to this, I will match up to $1 million. So we could potentially raise $2.2 million for this, or more if people continue to donate after that. As as a world, as a community that has no borders, as an industry with no borders, the online industry, and as little or as much always matters, because $5 doubled is 10, and 10 times 10 is 100, and 10 times that is 1,000, and 10 times that is 10,000, and 10 times that is 100,000, then a million, and that's how we get to where we get. Everybody matters. No matter how much or how little, whatever you give, it will be my honor, my privilege to double it with you. I'll be so grateful to do it. Just make sure we're at 127.5, and that means that 27.5 gets doubled, so we're at like 150 something. This is incredible. That's incredible, Darcy. Thank you so much. Just make sure that this comes from a beautiful place. On top of the donation, also send love and prayers. And if you notice any animosity or fear or stress in your body, work through that as well. I think if we're going to come together as a world, what we do is we come in with time, energy, resources, and healing. That's how we're going to move things. With our own healing, with the support from a place of love, with the generosity of our networks, because if you find this place and no one else does, then, 5 other people could feel super aligned to this, and they wouldn't even know that we're doing this, or that I'm matching or any of it. So sharing is going to go a long way. There are going to be graphics I'm going to post on my business page. So if you're not connected to this business page, just Melanie Ann Layer, directly Melanie Ann Layer, /AlphaFemme, I think. For my business page, you'll find me here, and you'll find all the updates, or my Instagram, Melanie Ann Layer. You'll see where we're at. We're going to keep a graphic that shows my initial 100,000 plus what the community has sent plus my match. So you'll see where we're at on a daily basis, at least for the first week, and then we might do a weekly basis after that. But let's just come together. Whether you're, and I can't tell you, this is another important thing I want to say, like, I can't tell you what to do with your money, nor do I want to. This is not about what you should do. This is about what you can do if you choose. And no, it's nobody's business. It's just, does it feel right? Because you can. And if it does, then you get to. And I'm just proud to be surrounded by so many people who care. It's been great coming to speak with you today, and however your response is to this, just thank you for being here, thank you for listening, thank you for showing up. Whether you give just your time to listen to this, whether you go on and heal yourself a little deeper because of this conversation, whether you send love and prayers, whether you send a donation, whether you match for your community, whatever it is that you do, thank you, Mary, that is so beautiful. Whatever you do, just thank you for who you are. Thank you, Josette, thank you for being here. Together, we do more. Things done from a place of love are done differently. Thank you, Don. And more information is going to come to all of those who've donated the 111. Now, all you're going to need in order to get into this program that I'm making for the people who donate over 111 is just a proof of receipt to this fund. That's all. So keep a proof of your receipt. That's all we need. We share in hopes that everyone else feels that it is right to give. And also that if it doesn't feel right to give, that the energy of this live and the energy that you shared in is accepting of that. It's so important to be able to understand people on the planet. There are so many human beings on this planet who have gone through difficult things. And when they needed help, no one came. And to ask them to help another person now is very triggering, very upsetting, and very difficult. And that's something we may never be able to understand. But it's okay, and it's important not to push. And this is why I'm inviting you. I know for a lot of people it feels like the right thing to go and say and push people and say, you got to do, you got to give, you got to do more. But if we invite people from a place of love, there's a lot more people who can and who will from a place of love and alignment than who will from a place of feeling shamed. Plus, the energy of the money is different. The energy of the help is different. The energy of everything is different. So let's have compassion for people. Share this instead of going in and trying to push people to do more. We don't know what they're going through. I have clients that have partners that are, in the military. I have people with family in Ukraine that are having such a difficult time right now. And they may not be able to talk about it even, but they may be doing things behind the scenes. For me and the AlphaFemme brand, we give to funds and to charities all year long, but I don't always share those. It's not like every time we give, we say because that's not what it's about. Giving invisibly is just as powerful as giving publicly. It doesn't matter. So even though you're not seeing someone talk about something, doesn't mean they're not doing about it. Let's share what we're doing from a place of love and unity. The people who are inspired to do so because they can, they will. And then we're not also causing more anxiety, pain, trauma, or even pushing people beyond their breaking point to do something that they're not aligned to do just because they feel like they should. That's not the energy. That's not the vibe. We come together in unity. Let it be in unity. Thank you, Ita. That's incredible. Thank you so much. So we're going to continue keeping an eye on this live video and thanking the people who are donating. We're so grateful to know you. Just thank you. Thank you for coming together in this energy. When you do share, please share from a place of love, from a place of unity. Be kind. The world needs kindness. It's cool to be kind. We're going to get there where we need to get. We're coming together in a beautiful way. There are so many people with big hearts that want to help. They just need to know where to give, how to give. That's it. So let us show up in kindness, compassion, love, and unity for this particular movement. And if that doesn't feel aligned, I'm sure there are other conversations out there that fit your energy and what you want to say and how you want to say it. Everything is going to be more powerful if it's done in alignment, and that's the alignment of this movement. Yolanda, that is incredible. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That is absolutely extraordinary. Thank you. So keep your receipts. We're going to be sending an email that explains everything to do. Of course, 111 watching. We're going to send an email that says what to do with the receipts so that you know how to use them for the course that we're going to be creating for you. Thank you again. Please share. It means the world to me. Thank you to all of those who are donating and who continue to donate. This is the energy for a better world, in my opinion, anyway. So thank you for being with me. I appreciate you more than you will ever know, and I will see you on the internet.